High school. By unpopular definition, it is a source of physical and mental abuse for many developing souls. The years you spend during this time will greatly affect the direction of your character, meaning whether good or bad, this is basically the foundation of your story. Now, I'm definitely not the first on this topic, obviously, but there's still a few points that they didn't mention. Now, I'd like to mention that experience is a very valuable but biased thing, so I'm gonna keep this as neutral as possible. Now, enough with the introduction, let's get into it. Alright, starting off with a simple one. Number one, don't be stupid. Now, what do I mean by that? I just mean in high school, that's gonna be the time you have the most freedom out of your whole entire life you've lived up to that point. So clearly you don't have all the freedom in high school, asking your teacher, can I go to the toilet? You know, that type of stuff. But you still are way more privileged compared to those under the age of 12, or those that aren't old enough for high school yet. This is good, but it's also a problem because now you have more choices to pick from, and even though that some of those choices are obviously most definitely a bad choice, there's still gonna be a lot of people that do it just because YOLO, it is what it is. And I'm just gonna tell you now, that's probably going to be a stupid decision that you will most likely look back at telling yourself, what the hell was I thinking? You weren't thinking at all. And I'm all for having a good experience in high school, but there's a difference between living and just downright being a dumbass. On to the second point. Don't stress too much. Now, stress is an inevitable thing that's gonna happen in high school. So you have to learn how to deal with it, which is gonna be my advice. You're gonna have days where you're gonna have too many assignments to count. You're gonna have so much homework. You're gonna have tests the next day you didn't prepare for properly. And there's still the other crappy stuff happening in your environment. So you need something that will manage the stress. Preferably an outdoor activity that just lets you forget about all your problems. And you should do this regularly. Whether it be football, basketball, netball, something outside like gaming, or other outdoor activities, even just chilling with your friends. You have to have some sort of stress relief, because if you let it build up, that shit can mess you up bad. And by bad, I'm talking about depression, insomnia, headaches, migraines, heart disease, increased heart disease, forgetfulness, easily irritability, panic attacks, hair loss, depression, the urge to sleep more than usual, nervous habits, weight gain, and the list goes on. Alright, now moving on to the greatest enemy of progress: procrastination. The monster that doesn't discriminate whether black, white, Asian, lazy, smart, rich, poor. It is going to slide into you no matter what. Now, procrastination is undoubtedly 90% of the cause of pretty much most academic problems in high school. Let's be real, okay? If you've actually do homework the day you got it, do it early, study for test days in advance, you eliminate already around 70% of the stress coming your way from the academic side. But of course, with us having our own lives, and putting those things before academics, literally procrastination makes life in high school 10 times harder than it should. If you want to do really well or make your life easier, stay away from procrastination. Instead of thinking about starting to study, just do it, because once you're in motion, you just do it automatically. This doesn't mean that you can't get by with procrastination though. You should do structured procrastination. Number one, make a list of what you have to do. Number two, do those to-do items in the order that they're due. Number three, give yourself enough time to do those. Number four, if it's not due in the next couple of hours or the next day, it's not your problem. It's your future self's problem. Yeah, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
I was just kidding! Come on! You guys know I was just kidding! right?
Number 5, the struggle towards the end. Now, as you go through your school years, your semesters, your whole high school career, once you go from junior to senior, it's gonna become more of a struggle just to finish up the job pretty much. You will notice towards the end that everything is pretty much taking more of a physical and mental toll on you. You're gonna feel really unmotivated. You're gonna feel like just sleeping in for the next 2 weeks. You don't even feel like going to school. You're probably gonna be on YouTube watching a bunch of videos where people dropping out of high school becoming success stories. You're gonna wonder what careers you can do with just a high school degree, with just high school knowledge, or if you drop out of high school. You may even contemplate, is university necessary? Well, just don't. Up to this point, you've worked to get where you are right now. You have struggled and fought for the past years and did a whole lot of shit that you didn't even want to do just to get yourself here. So don't stop now. Just because things aren't pretty much going your way, just keep going, because it's gonna be a whole lot worse to fail in the end knowing you didn't try than failing in the end knowing that you gave it your all. Just keep pushing. Number 7, be the most authentic self that you can be. You know, you see in high school, with everything going on around, with all the trends, with all the newest clothes and sneakers coming out, with the parties popping up and the drama and the stress, there's a whole lot of distractions just keeping you busy constantly on social media, movies, Netflix. And so a lot of people get caught up in this and just forget themselves as a living thing exists. You know, what happens is they don't pay attention to themselves, and by the end of high school or afterwards, they're gonna probably be the stalest personalities you'll ever meet. So be the most authentic self you can be. Build habits that you love and that will actually grow into something into the future. You should focus on building character more over a short-lived high or something. Okay, now that the important stuff out, let's get to the quick tips. Number 1, don't leave your stuff lying around. That shit will be swiped quicker than your privileges. Number 2, regulate your ego in your friendship circle, or you'll make a lot of frenemies that envy your lifestyle and secretly plan to overthrow you, overtake you. Number 3, don't do any illegal, risky or stupid stuff because it can have some serious consequences in the near future. Number 4, if you do go on and do said illegal, stupid and risky stuff, be safe and don't get caught. Number 4, if these said stuff involve the mature juice, mature apples or entanglements, always respect the safe guidelines. They are there for a reason, and have a homie to always have your back. Number 5, when you go out with the homies really late, always have a way to get back home safely. Please. Number 6, if you're lonely and you have the need to get into a relationship to fulfill your needs, well, don't. You need to do some maintenance, buddy, trust me. Number 8, the point of high school is not for you, but your future self post high school. So set yourself up for the best possible you that you can be in the future. Get good grades, exercise, build habits, blah blah blah. Do it. And that's all I got for you guys right now. I'm just gonna quickly put up all the points I've listed in this video, and that's all the tips I have for high schoolers so far. Now, I'm pretty sure high school is gonna be different in like the next couple of years, even this year, next year, due to like the current situation. So I might do an updated version, I guess, later on. Maybe about like online school and stuff, but till then, I hope you guys found this useful. That's all from me for a while, guys, so thanks for sticking around this far into the video for my first YouTube video ever, and I'll see you next time. Take care.